Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting night of 10 Dead Rats, a Warhammer Fantasy and Old School D&D mashup. Tonight's game is brought to you by Describe, purveyors of fine boxed text for all your fantasy gaming needs. More of that in a moment. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Anxious?
Good.
Excited about Max's cats.
Yeah.
My cat in the game now. There he is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just creeping into frame.
Yep.
And
we've very intentionally all worn the same color so that so that we can.
Yep. Thursdays we wear dark.
Yeah, guess so. We're getting really professional here. We're now presenting
That's
ourselves,
what it is. Yeah.
sort of black box theater style.
Originally, I was going to wear a Valentine's Day shirt, a themed shirt. It had hearts on it. And then I said, you know what? I'm cold. F it. I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Wow.
Sorry. But we have cats now, so it's exciting.
Excellent.
That's a Valentine's Day treat.
He's going to be doing this bath for probably the next 2 hours.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Something to look forward to.
So let me quickly mention again our sponsors for tonight are Describe. You can check them out at describe.com/wandering. That is dscryb.com/wandering. They're a pretty neat new site that offers generated text written by professional writers that you can use either for your written works for your upcoming games, or they have a search feature you can use live to inject a little flavor into your game on the fly. And if you go and check it out and decide that you're interested in their product, you can use the special code WANDERING, all capitals, as the discount code and get 10% off.
Yeah. Everyone loves discounts.
Indeed.
Everyone loves awesome game text. Go check it out.
Skaven.
So
And
thank you.
That's a skaven.
They hate all that. Why they don't exist.
I'm guessing that they don't have a section on Skaven. It might be a little IP infringing, but
Maybe.
but who knows? But maybe search for Ratman and maybe you'll find something. So thank you again, Describe, for sponsoring us tonight. Let's get going then. Let's jump into tonight's exciting adventure.
There's no snacks back here. Damn
No snacks in the green room. How's that? Is that
I was
fixed?
so prepared.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, everyone. Not sure what that looked like to the viewers, but yeah.
Yeah, it's going to look totally normal.
Probably
"Oh,
look
no,
totally
the
normal.
green room."
Everyone's freaking out for no reason. What's going on? Yeah. Okay. So, last week on 10 Dead Rats, our group continued their explorations of the Castle Wittgenstein, scrambled out across the roof amidst the rain into the servants' quarters, where they met some very interesting individuals.
Or one goose.
One goose. Yeah.
Or possibly one goose. They then returned back to the main house, observed the Chaos Warrior and his Beastman friend making their way down the stairs. They investigated a kitchen where Bruno fed some unknown substance to his precious pets in his Chaos
It's
Terrarium.
just one pet and multiple parasites.
The parasites don't count as pets?
They are attached to the pet,
They're part of the-
and so by feeding the pet, they are, fed as well. But
Excellent. There you go. Eventually, the group made their way down into the cellars, found the nice-looking wine cellar full of bottles of very spoiled wine, and a scary door with a skull painted on it, which they decided they did not want to see behind. And
That's us, cowards.
eventually found signs of a fight, a scuffle, where they discovered 3 dead bodies, the Chaos Warrior, the Beast Man, and apparently an orc. Pushing past those into a secret passageway. They made their way to a strange room, which contained several empty lead boxes with a bluish, dusty residue in it, and a large hole in the center of the ground, from which emerged some skaven. The group laid to against the skaven, eventually conquering them, and that's where we're picking up, as the group is in this strange subterranean hidden room with a large hole and some dead skaven and some large, about a dozen or so large lead boxes with strange blue residue.
Now, I checked this last time. The Skaven do not seem to have, like, poisoned knives. Not visibly, anyway, right?
These Skaven that you fought do not. They did not. They had normal blades. They were wearing armor. They looked more like a battle-ready warrior type of Skaven. Which is a little different from some of the Skaven you've encountered before. Certainly very different from the Skaven that you saw in the basement of Rousseau's house.
Here's a question, not very moral question, I guess, is if we were to combine, you said there's a lot of blue residue in these boxes. If I were to combine all of the blue residue from all of the boxes into a little baggie, given the ratios that I already have for the Narib recipe, how many drugs could I make?
What would be the street value of the...
I know it's a very little amount that they actually need. So is it like this is enough to produce the drugs that we need, or is this just not?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, you could make a small amount that would be enough for like a person. It certainly by no means would fill a coffin. It might fill a single pouch.
Okay.
But our thought is that this is all that's left, like, in existence, right? Unless...
Probably. I would like to check the room, whatever's down that spiral staircase on the other end of this passage, just to make sure, because I think that's where they were getting it from.
Yeah, that's a good thought. The other thing is, like, initially I was thinking that there's no way we were going to catch this Skaven, they're so fast, but if they're lugging this much amount of toxic substance, they're probably slowed down considerably, right? They have like a cart or something, maybe. Like maybe we can catch them. I don't know. I'm still on the let's ask a dead Skaven train.
Or we could ask the guy in the cage.
That guy doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know anything.
I don't know about that guy.
Good ask.
Glancing about the room that you're standing in, again, you can see these dozen or so boxes, which look a bit scattered about the room. Many of them tipped over, the lid wide open. It definitely looks like the room has kind of been ransacked. You can see that each box is fairly large. If it could hold something the size of, say a watermelon or a basketball, something roughly that size would fit inside one of these boxes.
Possible.
There is, I guess, I also forgot to mention. Sorry, guys, I did forget to mention. There's also, I think, a staircase on the opposite end going up. On the opposite end of this room.
The temple?
Yeah, I think we assume that these boxes came from a vault and the Skaven brought them down. That's what our assumption was. Whether that assumption is correct is entirely up to the people with higher than whatever I have in intelligence.
They must have had some, like, they clearly dug this tunnel for some reason.
Yeah.
It seems like we either go after them now or we give up on going after them at all. Because if we go back, we're never going to catch them. I don't know that that's true, but
Well, let's say
or
they found
we just
something in each of
split
these.
up.
Split up.
One of us, I was recently remembered that someone here knows how to turn people invisible in boxes. One of us turns invisible and runs down the path to follow the skaven and see, not engage, but see where they're going, and if they have the thing, scouting mission. And the rest of us go back and check, the other locations.
Like upstairs.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always happy to practice my invisibility skills on the team.
It is
No,
partially the inciting event that caused us to get in this horrible place, but that seems unlikely to happen again.
I mean, he was your contact. He wasn't my contact. Anyway, it's, potato. No, it's fine. I don't know. Okay, so say that they have the rock. We send somebody on a scouting mission to go after them. They see the rock. What then? They're not going to fight like 15 skaven. We can follow this path literally whenever. It should let out where the skaven live. So
Unless it goes
maybe
above ground at one point, and then they travel over ground, and then we'll lose them. End the box.
I don't know.
I mean, so if we're gonna chase the Skaven, I think we should do it because we can always double back if we're like, oh, this is going too deep, or oh, we lost the trail.
Well, don't you think
So
the people
I think
who live here, like the people in the temple, won't see this and plug it up immediately?
Yeah, I think we're time crunched either way.
I think that's going to take a minute, seeing as we killed the main noble of this castle, and her whole retinue are also dead by Skaven.
And it is 3 a.m.
Except her mom is still around or something, right?
Cats.
Didn't one of the goose servants mention her mom? You think she was the cat lady?
I think she's a cat lady.
Oh, well, she's probably not much of a problem then, because there's no way
She's in that
surrounded
room.
by that many cats. Yeah.
There's a lot of cats in that room. Well, listen. So if you have the idea that the Skaven brought these boxes down here, they had to bring them from somewhere, right? So we should might as well look at that. But if you guys want to chase some Skaven, there's going to be a lot of them because there's a lot of boxes here. And if all of them were full of stuff, then there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or they just have one big cart, Oh, if we could get all the stuff, we could maybe get Frank off our back, too, by giving him all the stuff.
Well, have we agreed that's what we want to do? With the stuff?
There was sort of a moral quandary around that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like Yuppie's plan. Let's just go downstairs and check to see where these boxes came from first, and then we can decide to chase after the Skaven afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Great. So we go back down the tunnel.
Okay.
We're all so close.
Excellent.
There was the stairs that were going up, right? Weren't those the
Yeah.
stairs you wanted to check out?
Oh,
Indigo?
Oh, no,
I assumed this went to the temple. I was talking about the stairs on the
Oh,
other
the
side
tunnel.
of the passage down.
So many stairs.
I
Okay.
mean, we
Do
can
you think that's where they went?
I do. But let's just. I'll go up the stairs here just to see.
Okay.
They're right here. Let's
I'm right
just
behind you. I'm
Okay.
really close behind you. Really
We'll
close.
push open that trapdoor.
Okay, so you climb these stairs just here, Indigo, yes? Here in this room?
Yeah. Yeah.
You climb up the stairs, and they go up to the ceiling where there is a square opening, but it looks like you see that it's filled with a flat stone, and as you kind of reach your hands up and feel around it, you feel like it's really just a hole, with no door, just a hole that would lead up into a room above. but that some large piece of stone is sitting on top of that hole above you. You can kind of feel the smooth stone, and you can see that the hole is outlined with sort of bits of wood, sort of wood paneling. So clearly, you're meant to go up that way, but there's definitely a large piece of stone. So maybe it's just a stone door or a slab or something that is sitting on top of this hole from above. Hard to say.
I'll try to push it.
Great. Gently, do you heave? Like as you press gently on it, you get the sense that it is fairly heavy. Actually, give me. Let's see.
Yay!
Roll me an agility test.
Agility.
Yes.
Yeah, not the thing I was expecting.
Okay. So it clearly has a little bit of give as you push on it. Like it's not just like heavy stone that won't move. It has a little give, but it feels odd as you're pushing on it. Like it's not pushing up the way you would expect.
Okay. So I think whoever's in the chapel or wherever we are, plug this hole so Skaven didn't come up.
Okay.
I don't think this is where the Skaven came from. How would they get this big block back on top from this side?
That's true.
They
So then
definitely
what's up
came
here?
from.
They could have come from there and then they put the block down.
I think they came from this big other hole.
Yeah.
That they dug
When-
up.
Yeah. And then they went up to there and then they were chased down.
That's why
Which
we heard
implies-
the explosions. Yeah.
Get what they needed.
I think they came up, and they came here because they knew there was a secret passage from wherever this cellar is into the castle. And then they went into the castle to get the stuff. Because there's no way Marguerite would just put her stuff somewhere not in the castle, right?
That's a good
Can you
point.
nudge?
Yeah.
Can you nudge this rock just a little bit?
Yeah, I'll try to move the rock out of the way.
Great. Give me a strength test.
You got it. 3.
Oh, no.
You press on it, and again, it shifts and moves a little bit, but you feel like it's very heavy. As you try to press up on it, it's just not lifting.
No, I can't.
Question for you guys. If I were to make the rock invisible, could we see through it?
Technically, yes. What if there's just more rocks on it? I mean, you know what? Do it. It sounds fun. Let's do it.
Right?
Sure. What could
You just
possibly
want
go
to look at the
wrong?
room.
And I mean, spells don't just, bad things don't happen when you cast them ever. I've never seen that happen, so I'm sure it'll be fine. It either happens or it doesn't happen. That's based on what I've witnessed so far. So yeah, go for it. We'll just kind of steedle to the side, give you some room.
Yeah, everyone kind of move so that, it doesn't suddenly we don't just like appear. I guess I'll make it invisible. No, I won't. How's it do?
You attempt to incant the
man.
spell, Mina, and as you incant the spell on this rock in front of you, at first you're not sure just how big the rock is and what its shape and size is. So you're like trying to figure out the exact calculations and how to place the magic properly. It's not quite coming together. But as you incant the spells, you rolled a 2. Is that what you got? Okay.
Yep.
Some of the blue residue of dust about the room starts to float up into the air and crackle and pop and spark.
Let's leave.
This is why we stopped turning things invisible. It always causes problems.
Okay.
What was that?
Mr. Turn my goblet invisible.
What was that? Was that the spell? What happened?
No, I think it's just the stone, the bits of the stone reacting to casting a spell. I wasn't.
The stone down
Okay.
there?
The blue stuff. I will retroactively say that it was probably a good idea not to try and turn one of the Skaven. So everyone was right on that one. I apologize. Let's go somewhere. Let's go anywhere.
Was there some of the blue like residue? Was there like a biggish piece, right, that Indigo came across last time?
Yeah. There's like a chip. Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Did that float up in the air at all?
No, you didn't see it. You're looking around now, and you're trying to remember which box exactly it was that Indigo was looking at, and you realize it's confusing because there's like at least a dozen boxes in here, so you're not totally sure. But you think you would have seen it if it was floating. You think.
Okay.
You're glancing around, Bruno, and you're like, not totally sure.
Okay. All right. I pull out my scalpel and one of my daggers, and I kind of hold them like chopsticks. And I want to try to pick up that biggish chunk.
Okay. So
and I'm going to bring it close to the Chaos Terrarium and see if it starts popping or anything.
Great. Where's the Chaos Terrarium right now?
It's in my backpack, so I pull that out first.
You pull that out first before you get the chopsticks ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you reach in into your backpack, Bruno, and what else is in your backpack besides the Chaos Terrarium?
A clock, a crowbar, a hunk of garlic, a grappling hook. Oh, I lost the grappling hook. A bottle of oil, a bottle of strange blue stuff, which I think is Naraf, a lantern, a mirror, 3 silver cutlery sets, a creepy book, a second creepy book, a large sack, 3 stakes and a mallet, a tinderbox, a water skin, my scalpel, 6 half-empty perfume bottles, a sling, my fancy clothes, my big hat, my Wittgenstein book on necromancy, my top copper tea kettle, and my various necromancy supplies.
I'm sorry I asked. Okay. So
I'm so glad I got a chance to rattle off my inventory list. I appreciate having this opportunity. It's been a long time.
You reach into your pack and start fishing around for the terrarium. And you grab, you're kind of shoving aside some of the clothes that are in there, and you realize that they're damp. And you pull up the clock. You pull the clock out of the pack because it's big and bulky, and you're like, that's in the way. It'll be easier to find the terrarium without it. And you pick it up, and you notice it is dripping a blackish liquid that's kind of clinging to the bottom of the clock.
Okay, everyone might want to stand back.
Nina stands.
This clock.
Okay.
Okay. I accidentally picked up a cursed clock. I'm just going to hurl it now.
You hurl the clock against the wall. It smashes to a dozen pieces. Chunks of wood and gears and whatnot go all over the place. It's very satisfying.
All right, curse broken. Let's get the Chaos Terrarium now.
Yeffy, you notice as he does this, he's holding the bag in the other hand and he chucks it. You notice his bag is kind of like undulating and moving.
Bruno, drop the bag.
What?
There's something alive in there. There's something alive in there. Drop it.
What? I dropped it. It's just Francis. He's probably just scurrying.
No, this is something.
Bruno, you drop the bag onto the ground, and you can all see now that the bag is kind of moving. Something is shifting around inside it, writhing around. The flap starts to lift up, and you can see a little decayed nose and whiskers sticking out from under the flap, and it starts to emerge the longish
Francis.
snout of what you think is the rat Francis, but its head is much larger than you remember, Bruno. It's easily the size of like a medium-sized dog. And its nose starts to push out, and its head starts to lift up the flap, and as it does, it continues to expand, and like bulbous tumors start just kind of growing, and the Francis the rat, which looks like a mangy, disgusting, half-decayed rat, bits of bone and matted fur everywhere, is emerging from your bag, and as he does so, he's inflating to larger and larger size. He's now easily as big as Bruno as he starts to haul up.
I'm going to try to kill it.
I think Francis needs to see a vet.
Give me an attack roll. Give me a weapon
I
skill
try
roll
to
there,
stop
Indigo.
that. What?
You're trying to stop that.
Francis.
All right. Indigo and Bruno each give me a d6.
Oh my god.
Stop me from casting magic missile.
3 from Indigo.
D6. 6, you say? 3.
Okay, great. So I'm rolling the tiebreaker over here, and unfortunately, it's going to Indigo. So go ahead, Indigo, make your attack roll.
Oh,
Bruno, before you're able to.
Francis, no, he's sick. Indigo.
13.
Um, 13. You swing your sword at Francis, and it catches one of the exposed rib bones, and it just thunks into it solidly. Like you thought, at least that would with such a heavy blow would surely break its bone, but it doesn't. Just thunk, sticks into it. Francis continues to expand, and he's now as big as a man.
No.
And growing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ship him too.
And at this point, he reaches down and he goes to bite Indigo. Let's see.
Oh no, my 2 best friends are fighting.
He reaches down and bites at Indigo. Indigo, you manage to dodge to the side and roll out of the way as the big maw comes clomping down at you. He's kind of like sitting on his back haunches like a rat, and his arms are growing like big muscly arms, and you can see his naked tail just whipping around in the air behind him. Yeffy, you said you're going to attack?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm gonna go up his back and try to get his kidneys, wherever rat kidneys are.
Great.
I, for one, can't see how this happened.
That's only a 10.
Eating it stuff.
10. You jab your dagger into where you think maybe there are some kidneys, and it just kind of makes a squelchy sound, and pulling it away, it's kind of got a bits of disgusting matted fur on it, and you notice as you pull your dagger out, the little rivulet of blood, rat blood maybe, that's kind of dripping from the blade, has got little sparkly bits of blue in it. Indigo, what are you doing?
Is it still growing, or has it
It's still growing.
peaked?
It might be getting too big for the room.
I'm going to start moving towards the hole, and I'm going to tell everybody, we got to get out of here. Get back to the castle, and I'll hit it again with my sword.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, that's better. That's 22.
Yes, that is certainly you jam it with your bastard sword.
5 points.
5 points of damage. You cut it a wicked blow, and it just oozes this kind of like disgusting, dark, heavy, blackish blood. Mina, what are you doing?
He's so sick. He needs a doctor.
Oh God! You know what? Mina's gonna forego even doing magic missile, and she's gonna use the thunder wand that she got from upstairs in the hopes that it's more powerful.
Excellent.
Because you know what? Casting magic in this room is terrible. So
you pull out the wand that you recovered from Lady Marguerite, and you just try to will some kind of magical energy from it, or like what are you trying to do?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to electrocute this horrible thing.
Right. Okay, you remember seeing her blast lightning, and you're like, do that, wand. You have 1 magic die, is that right?
Yes.
Will you roll me 2d6 and tell me what both the numbers are individually?
Okay. I got a 5 and a 6.
Oh, okay. You feel a surge of power as a massive bolt of electricity comes flying out of the wand, and as it does so, all of the little dust particles of blue in the room just explode with electrical energy. Will you roll me 5d6 of damage, which will be applied to everyone in the room as the room just fills with lightning everywhere? What's going on? Exciting, thrilling background music.
Thrilling background music.
I'm
My house was
100%
down. Okay, so that's a 4 and a 6.
Everyone can make me agility saving throws.
gonna
to
kill
try and
everybody.
take half damage.
It would
So
be
5
kind of
d6.
funny if we
Oh,
all
thank
just
God, I rolled a
dropped dead.
20.
Oh, 4, 6, 6. So I kill everyone in the room.
What's your total?
I got 4 6s and a 4, which should be illegal. So that's
Oh my goodness. That's
24,
28.
28 or
I kill everyone in the room.
14 if you've made your saving throw.
I'm down no matter what.
Yeah, same.
I'm so
same.
sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody.
This is. I'm gonna put the blame squarely on Bruno here.
What? You were trying to kill Francis! He was just going through a growth spurt or is very sick.
I look forward to killing everyone in the room
Yeah, I'm
and
at 0.
not the rat. Do I hurt
I'm at
myself?
0
Because
hit
I will
points
kill
now.
myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yourself as well. Yeah, everyone in the room. It just you were expecting a bolt, but like you just filled the room with electricity, just everywhere. Is everyone?
I don't know
dead?
why I rolled because I have 9.
I'm still up.
Yeah, he's still up.
Oh my god.
Brilliant. Okay.
How did this happen?
Okay. So, the Yeffy, you see electricity just fills the whole room. Everybody's body shakes. You see the outlines of skeletons as everyone kind of undulates with the magical energy. Mina, Bruno, Indigo all thump, thump, thump to the ground. The rat writhes. It is now is quite large, but it's still moving. What do you do, Yeffy?
You should have had one less hit point. That would have been much easier.
Should start rolling a new character. My next one doesn't know about magic.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bruno normally has food in his bag. Did Bruno have any food in your bag? Do I have any food in my bag? Do I have food in my bag? Oh god.
I have clove of garlic.
I've got
God.
rations.
Okay, I'm reminded that really what I need to do here. Sorry, just, got overexcited. I need everybody who dropped to roll a critical injury, please, because you might not. You might still be conscious,
Right.
and that's interesting.
What do we
That
roll
is
for
interesting.
that?
That is a D8 and percentile dice, please.
Okay.
Oh no.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. My D8 is 2.
Yep.
My percentile is 43.
Okay, great. Okay, Indigo, the force of the electrical surge sends you crashing into one of the lead boxes, and you jam your shoulder right into the lead box, and you hear this crunch, and your whole arm goes numb. Now, were you holding your sword one-handed or two-handed previously?
Two-handed.
Two-handed. Okay, so your whole left arm just kind of goes numb and lays dead at your side, and you managed to hang on to the sword in your right hand. Mina, how'd you do?
Not great. I got a 4 and a 34. That means
Okay.
I'm fine, right?
Mina, you go tumbling in the other direction, and you kind of hit the ground and roll a bit, and you catch your hip against some of the churned up rock that is part of sort of the crater around this hole. And you hear a horrific crack, and you just have horrible pain. You're not sure if you're able. You're laying kind of face down, and your legs are dangling into the hole, and you're not sure if you can move them or not. Bruno.
Wow.
My D8 is a 6.
Mm-hmm.
And my percentile is 89.
This would be like the time you did surgery on your neck.
Yeah, really? It's gonna be worse than
Bruno.
that. Oh my god.
Bruno, a large bolt of electrical energy cracked into your right bicep, and your whole arm is involuntarily jerking and spasming now. And you're just, yeah. Now, I will remind everyone of one more mechanic that we have yet to ever use in this game.
Man.
You all have fate points.
I've actually used a fate point.
Have you? Excellent. Great. Okay.
Last time I
how do you-
died.
So,
Yeah.
you can at any time expend a fate point to allow you to avoid death if something is about to kill you, or horrific injury. So, if any of these injuries are so bad that you're like, I don't think Bruno can fix this, you could...
I can fix it.
You could expend a fate point, and it will not have happened, and you will force me into explaining how it did not happen. But there you go. Now, keep in mind, these are your get out of jail free cards. I think we maybe earned a fate point. Did we earn one fate point in this game so far?
I don't think so.
One.
I think
Bruno earned one once for doing something ridiculous,
I certainly
but also
expended
smart at
one.
the same time.
Yeah, I possibly you've earned one at this point. I think maybe for killing a demon at some point. I feel like maybe you earned one. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm lying.
I feel like we did earn one. Yeah, we did something.
Okay, so I'm going to go back, but before I ask Yeffy what you did, because I did skip Bruno, and it turns out that Bruno is conscious. I thought that he
Yay.
wouldn't be, but Bruno, you are conscious. Would you like to do something?
How?
Although your right arm continues to spasm and move as if on its own accord.
Great. Is Mina nearby me?
She is laying down on the ground, not too distant, face down next to the pit with her legs dangling in it.
Great. I run over to what I assume is Mina's corpse, and I try to get the staff, the control undead staff, from her.
Excellent. Yep. It's in fact the staff has clattered to the ground and lays just a few feet from her. You
Great.
rush over and you scoop up the staff.
I grab it with my left arm and I point it at Francis. And I tell him to stop. Stop, Francis. Bad.
Awesome. Will you roll me an intelligence test, please? And actually, let's see. Wait. No, I'm not going to ask for an intelligence test. Will you roll me 1d6, please?
6.
Nice.
You feel power surge through the staff, and you can see the still kind of sparkling residue of the dust in the air around the staff darken into like a black cloud and coalesce rapidly around the staff. And Francis immediately stops what he's doing, sits still, and looks at you, Bruno. Yeffy, what would you like to do? Is Colleen frozen or just in shock?
No, I'm good. I'm stopped. My idea was to get a sausage or some kind of rotten pie that we've had in our backpacks for 5 years and throw it down the hole. But now that Bruno has shown that he's going to do this now, I think Yeffy's just going to try to help Indigo up and be like, we're freaking out of here. And try to leave.
Okay, great. So Yeffy kind of stumbles over to where Indigo is. Indigo, are you out of there?
I want to go and see if Mina's alive.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Indigo.
So
My only friend.
Indigo kind of stumbles over to Mina. Yeffy's like hanging on to Indigo's arm, being like, "We're getting out of here." Indigo reaches over. Indigo. Oh, of course. Right. So Yeffy's pulling on Indigo's dead arm, which he probably can't even feel. Indigo kind of reaches over and gently kind of pushes Mina up a little bit so that he can see her head, and she groans a little. And Mina, what do you do?
Oh God. Oh shoot. I try and get up.
Okay.
I assume that is not going to be possible.
You with Indigo's help, you're able to get up. You realize your right leg will still bear your weight, but your left leg is incredibly painful. There's shooting pains all up and down from your toe to your hip, and you're not able to put any weight on it at all. But you find if you lean on Indigo, you can kind of use him as a crutch and kind of hop and hobble. And the three of you and Indigo and Yeffy, start making your way towards back through the passageway, I presume?
Should we go in the Skaven hole so we can leave here forever and start a new life?
We bump into the
I was planning on
Skaven.
walking out the front door.
Bruno, you're holding the staff in one hand, the other hand spasmodically moving of its own accord. What do you do?
Francis, go back to your regular size.
Francis looks at you, Bruno, and begins to try and crawl back into the backpack. He's now about 8 feet tall, and he just shreds the backpack, and all those things you just listed just get scattered all over the room
Francis,
as he tries to nose and crawl back into.
Right.
And you can see, Bruno, one thing catches your eye as you see all your worldly possessions kind of scatter about. You see the broken remains of the Chaos Terrarium kind of fall to bits here and
Who would
there.
have thought carrying something called the Chaos Terrarium around would have had ill consequences?
Indeed.
Oh man, damn it, Francis!
Yeffy, Indigo, and Mina. Since you guys are kind of moving as a group at this point, I'm gonna keep jumping back and forth. We're loosely in rounds now because nothing's really fighting yet. Where are the three of you headed?
Wherever anyone else is headed, I'll follow.
I think
I'm not.
leave the mansion, right? Like,
We're trying to leave.
You're trying to leave.
leave.
Yeah.
Like,
So what path? I guess. Let's see. So are you basically back the way you came, through the passageway, up the stairs, out the front door of the manor? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
gonna be tough to get through the gatehouses, but
So Indigo, Mina, and Yeffy stumble, leaning on each other, holding each other, stumble back through the passageway and quickly leave the room. Bruno, you're in here alone now with Francis. I'll get to Indigo, Mina, and Yeffy in a moment, but first I want to find out if Bruno survives. So Bruno, what do you do?
How does it look like Francis can fit through the passage that Indigo and Mina and Yeffy went through? Or does he look
Probably.
too big?
I mean, he would probably fill it, but he probably could fit.
Great. Okay. Well, I point this out. I say, Francis, down, and get him to lay down, and then I climb on his back.
Excellent. And your aim here is to try and urge him
Through the passage.
through the passageway. Roll me a fellowship roll, please.
I should know what my stat is in this. I'm not sure I've ever made one of these before. Oh, 17.
Excellent. Okay. Yeffy, Indigo, and Mina. The three
Francis
of you.
and I go way back. I gave him life. We have a good relationship.
The three of you stumble your way back down the passageway, past the pile of corpses, at the downward spiral staircase. You make your way around the corner. You see the door, the scary door with the white skull on it. You turn to your left instead. And you head up the stairs into the Great Hall. As you enter the Great Hall, it looks very similar to how you left it. Full of long table set with food, portraits, armor, etc. As you come stumbling up there, you can see that the front door that leads out into the courtyard is shut, and you can hear the sounds, the loud sounds of the thunderstorm going on outside.
I'll open the door a little bit and peer outside.
Okay.
How bad is the storm?
you stumble your way towards the towards the front door. Creak open the door a little bit. You look onto the courtyard. You can see that it is just buckets of rain are just falling down. Big fat drops just scattering against the cobblestones where they are, but also down into this large pit that's right in front of the manor house, if you remember that.
Yeah, it's the
pool. And you can see a little bit of steam rising up from that pit, and there's consistently loud rumbles of thunder and lightning strokes lighting up the sky very regularly. Boom! And across the way, the only lights, the only signs of life that you see are twinkling lights across the other side of the courtyard that appear to come from the temple.
We gotta go back. We gotta go for the Skaven. We can't get out of here this way. If we get out towards the Skaven hole, maybe we can sneak past them. If we get away from the...
Indigo, roll me an intelligence test, please.
Yeah. 20.
Oh, excellent. You'd swear that very faintly in between the cracks of thunder, you can hear the sound of music coming from across the way. It sounds like, very faintly, organ music.
What the f...
Of course. All right.
As the three of you stand there trying to figure out what to do, you hear a creak and groan of wood from the staircase behind you, and as you turn to look, you can see stumbling up it a very bedraggled, very wounded, but still alive, giant rat that is half decomposing. It's the size of a pony, kind of coming up, dragging itself up the stairs, and clinging to its back is Bruno. He's got that staff tucked under an arm. That same arm is gripping the matted fur of the back of Francis, while his other arm continues to spasmodically jerk and flail about.
I have tamed the beast.
Why don't you let him loose, cause a distraction, so we can all leave?
Because he is my mount now.
Bruno, you can't keep that thing as a mount. Thank you for saving us. Thank you for saving us from it that you created.
I did not create it, but...
It basically is a problem because you kept that stupid rat. And then it died, and then it became some kind of chaos creature, and it is a mutant.
Be fair?
Bruno,
Be fair?
you wrote a book about the bad things that mutants do, and now you're writing one around town. What has happened to you? Are you drunk? Are you drunk again?
With the spirit of life, Francis was a dead rat when I found him.
Please.
Now he is a giant steed.
I
have improved him
He's a
greatly.
mutant steed.
He's not a mutant.
Steed,
He's
Bruno.
just
You can't keep
undead.
him, Bruno.
What?
You can't
No,
keep him.
keep him. He's my horse now. I'm just kidding. No, you're a rat. Yeah. It's okay. You're no horse. I know. Don't listen to her. Shh.
It tries to reach its head around to give you a little lick, Bruno, but it can't quite seem to get over the massive tumor in its shoulder to reach you.
Oh no. Oh, I bet that's filled with faces. We won't look. Yeah.
All right, fine. You know what? Bruno's lost it. Indigo,
What?
are we going towards the organ music, or are we going down to try to figure out if the Skaven are going to murder us?
I don't know. Do we trust that what are the odds that it's a real temple to Sigmar and not something terrible?
Oh, 0.
Oh, it's probably something terrible.
Yeah.
Who knows who's
Bruno,
playing
We
that
could just
organ?
try to leave. We could just try to brave the storm and go out the bridges.
Hop on Francis's back, and we'll
I am not
charge
touching
out
Francis.
gallantly. I'm so sorry about
I
that,
think
Francis.
definitely-
Francis, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this.
Don't listen to
You're
it,
great.
Francis. You're gross.
Bruno.
You're gross, Francis.
Gross. You are as I made you. Which was intentional and not totally accidental.
Jesus. Hearing herself not be included in Yeffy's plan to escape with Indigo, Mina's going to drag herself over to Bruno.
What?
And, can you do healing? Can healing happen? Because I can't walk.
Well,
Right.
there's sort of one situation with that, actually. We sort of have one. There's a minor problem with that. So actually, you know what? Let's do this. Mina, if you can just hold on to the staff and tell Francis not to start rampaging again, that would be great.
I say
Okay.
we just break for the bridge and try to get out of the castle. Nothing is worth this.
I would like to go too, but whatever. Mina will take the staff.
Okay.
Great, thank you. And then I'm going to attempt to repair my own right arm.
Cool. Great. Cool. Cool and good.
Give me a surgery check there, Bruno.
This is so bad. So, sitting on the back of the undead giant rat, one arm twitching, just got the knife and wire. Let's see here.
Yeah. You kind of like put a tourniquet around it, and you hold tight with your teeth, and it's still kind of twitching, and you're like, maybe here?
Oh my god. 4, 5, 6, 17. 17.
Okay.
Right, I'm adding my level to this one because I have the...
Because you have the surgery talent,
Yeah.
indeed. Okay, so you poke your surgery dagger into a couple points on your elbow, and then finally you get back control of your hand. You feel actually a little jolt of energy come up the knife into your other hand, and you have a little pins and needles moment. You are able to restore 1d6 plus 1 wounds to yourself, in addition to now having control of both
really?
arms. Yeah,
Nice.
because of the 17.
Oh,
Yep.
baby. All right. We're at a solid 5 now.
Nice.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Whew. All right. Got rid of the excess electricity in that arm.
And you're gonna help
All right.
me now?
Let's check out the leg, Mina.
Thank you.
Don't it's very important that you don't lose focus while I do this. If it's very painful, otherwise Francis might start rampaging again. It's going to be a whole thing.
Great. Well, at least we're not in the same room, so I can actually cast magic spells here.
Indigo,
All right.
do you want me to just try to scout out the temple?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go check out the temple.
I'll scout it out.
Yeffy and Indigo start circling the pit and heading to the opposite side to go look at the temple, while Bruno and Mina sit next to Francis. Bruno, how'd you roll for Mina?
It's an 18.
Okay. So
Hey!
so you realize that her entire hip is dislocated, and you have to like jam it back in. There's a horrible crunching sound, and you think
Yeah.
oh, she's gonna walk a little crooked, probably.
No.
But you're able to heal her and restored 1d6 plus 1 wounds.
Yeah, just before I punch her leg, I'm just like, Mina, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you? And while you're distracted by that, BAM!
It's this!
Relocated.
It's this!
Yeah,
Oh,
Indigo and Yeffy,
oh my
the two
god.
of you,
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
wait.
quietly move across the courtyard to this large temple, and it definitely looks. It has markings on it that make it look like it was at some point at least a temple to Sigmar. Although there's graffiti all over it, as you get closer, you can see there's definitely graffiti all over it. It has the stained glass windows are still intact, and you can see flickering light coming from within. Although you can't really see what's going on in there because the windows are stained glass.
Can
What do
we
you do?
hear the organ music coming from here?
Yeah, you definitely at this point can hear some lilting organ. Somebody's playing the organ in there for sure.
Is there any doorway that we could just creak open, take a look, or Are you saying that all the stained glass windows are fully intact?
Yeah,
Not one has been smashed?
indeed.
That's what they've done in graffiti.
That's not a good sign, is it?
No.
There are 2 large oak doors banded with iron that lead into the temple. 2 or 3 steps lead up to them. Looks like you could probably pull one open and peek in if you want.
I will pull one open and peek in because why not at this point?
Okay. You pull open, just barely open the door and peer in, and you can see, and the 2 of you at this point are just plastered with water from being out in the storm, just thoroughly soaked. And you pull open the door a little bit and you peer in, and you can see what appears to be an intact temple. You can see a large altar at the opposite end and rows of pews leading up to it. There appears to be a big statue standing at the end by that altar. Some kind of strange humanoid statue with appears to be from this distance you can't quite tell, but it looks like a person standing there, but with large curving horns coming out of its head. The floor of the whole temple is a rolling violet mist of about a foot deep mist just filling the entire floor. Every now and then you see a foot or a shoulder undulate from under the mist and appear and disappear for a second. You hear light moans emerging from the mist, but it's hard to tell if they are pain or pleasure. You see, it looks like there's got to be a good number of people rolling around in the mist. And you can hear, now more clearly that organ music, and you can see that along the side walls there are stairs that lead up to a gallery, and you can see the large pipes in the back of an organ. You figure there must be an organ back there. That is what you take in, Yeffy. What do you want to do?
I take in that there's a bunch of organs going on in here, and we should just close the door.
You pull the door shut again.
Yeah. You know what?
Not Sigmar?
Let's just... Not Sigmar. No, that's a different... It's like an Orlok party going on in there or something. A successful Orlok party instead of Orlok's actual parties. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad we sent that goose family here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Skaven Hole? Bridge?
Skaven hole? Do we want to get killed by Skaven in a hole?
Who
Or do we
are
want to get
these
shot
people? Who
by-
are these people? What are they
I don't
doing?
know.
They've got a room full of cats, and then some of them, they're not attractive people having an orgy in a temple to Sigmar.
I think at
Yep.
this
I mean, I'm
point
not
they
saying you
don't...
have to be. I'm not saying you have to be attractive to have an orgy. I'm just saying, in the middle of a thunder and lightning storm. I mean, oh man, yeah.
Not the first thing I would do, but chaos, I guess.
Yeffy and Indigo, as the 2 of you make your way back across the courtyard having this conversation, you make your way back to the main hall, and you get in out. You just can't help yourself but to get out and out of the ring. You come into the main hall where Mina and Bruno and Francis are, and you can just see Mina kind of like tenderly starting to take a few steps, and Mina, it still hurts like hell, but you're able to at least support your weight and kind of like limp around. And as you kind of see each other, there is suddenly a very loud boom from underneath you somewhere, and you hear this huge crash coming from somewhere to the north end, you would say, of the castle, which is to say, as you're looking out of the main hall towards the temple, it would be to the left, whereas the exit, the way you came into the castle, is to the right. You hear this big crash of like falling rock sounds coming from over there.
I'll look back outside and look at the wall in that direction.
Great. Let me give you.
Under the wall? What the hell?
The direction. It's not the direction of the small staircase we went up, right?
Let me just give you the.
Oh,
I'm looking in the wrong section here. Let me pull up the map and I'll show you. There it is.
This has not gone the way I expected so far.
really? Max,
This is-
can you roll me the d6 so I know how many?
Oh, you want to know? Oh, yeah, sure.
I have? Yeah.
5 points.
Hell yeah. Well, that's more than half.
There you go. That's all you need. I guess I should try to do a little surgery on Francis, too, since it seems like he's limping or something. Someone hit him.
Not keeping
Indigo
him.
isn't looking at Bruno. He's refusing to look at him.
You could heal Indigo.
Oops.
Oh, too much information.
Yeah. Okay. So looking out of the double doors, you can see where you guys are right now is the area labeled 47. So you're looking across the pit. You can see straight across is 38, which is the temple. To your left is the other wing of the main house, and you're pretty sure that set of double doors off to your left, kind of at a right angle to the pit, probably lead into that area you were before, where there was a kitchen and the servant quarters. But you can see that part of that piece of the building has started to collapse in on itself and is sinking into the ground.
Holy
And
shit.
you can see like the corner of the pit there has kind of opened and extended a bit, and it's like the whole piece of the building is just falling in to a
Skaven hole.
huge crevice.
All right. Well, my vote quickly turned to drawbridge, and maybe we can take the guards. I think the castle is collapsing.
Skaven hole? Maybe we should follow the Skaven.
Under
We
the
can
collapsing
ride
building.
Well, yeah, we get out of here real quick. The drawbridge is going to collapse, too.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that drawbridge when it starts collapsing.
I don't
And all
want to be
people
under
are
the
just-
castle when the castle starts falling.
We won't be. We'll be under it.
That's where I don't want to be. I don't want to be under it when the castle falls. If we're under the castle and it starts falling, it's going to go on us.
Oh,
To
man.
Indigo's point, has any of you actually lived in a cave or been in a cave or been around caves or any kind of underground structure whatsoever in your life?
I've
I
been
grew
in a
up in a
cave.
big hole, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I grew up in a big hole too. It's really bad when things come in from above on top of, your home. Just saying. It's
More-
really bad.
More of the ground along the left side of the pit there starts to crumble and fall in as if the pit is growing larger, and that
Oh, God.
that corner of the building number 41, that whole piece of the building just falls into a massive sinkhole.
Okay, Indigo and I are still in guard costumes. Let's just get out of here and say, oh, the pit's collapsing, and send people this way.
Yeah.
Right?
Fine.
Right?
Fine.
Let's do it.
Fine.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. You are not piggybacking, Bruno.
What?
You gotta. You're not. I'm not carrying you on my back again.
Oh, that's no problem. Francis will carry me now.
I hate this. I hate your mouth.
Is Francis like he was moving slowly? Is he injured too?
Very much so. He looks well, not alive at all, frankly.
I see. Right.
But he's limping and hobbling a bit. He looks like he is in extreme pain. He does not look good.
Oh, poor Francis.
He does
Oh
not
no.
look
You
good.
gonna heal Francis?
That was what I
Bruno,
was
if
going
you
to
heal
ask.
Francis,
Does it,
I am going to magic missile Francis.
that would just
I'm
hurt him
leaving.
again. And I'll have to start all over.
Yeah. Indigo isn't waiting
We're
for
out.
this.
Fine, go. I'm going to check to see if I can heal Francis.
Great. You marry Francis. Have a good times with him.
I'm not going to marry
If you
him.
should-
He's my horse, basically.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
seems to be the
gonna
only
marry
thing
a
you care
lady.
about.
You're not gonna be able to get through the
Yeah,
guards
you're gonna
with
marry a lady.
Well, I'm going to ride him.
Oh my god. Stick your head or nordic out. Let's just leave. Go.
Indigo and Yeffy, you start making your way across back towards the drawbridge into the back to the outer bailey. You pass as you run into the
Yeah, I'm
gatehouse
following
there.
behind you guys. So
Okay,
I
Mina's
really hope-
coming as well. Excellent. So
I
the
really
three of
hope
you.
you guys don't just, like leave me behind because I will be forced to turn around and deal with.
The three of you rush through the gate. As you push open the doors of the gatehouse, you can see there's already a bit of chaos happening here, where you can see some of the knights are like looking and gawping at the piece of the castle that is starting to sink. Others appear to be running back towards the outer bailey. No one really pays you much mind because it looks like there's so much going on, and with the huge storm, it's difficult to see much of anything anyway. You think you can just rush right across here without a problem,
Hell yeah.
which you do.
Do so.
Bruno,
Yeah.
what are you doing with Francis?
This is so bad. Such a bad idea. I can. Does it seem like I can heal him or repair him in any way?
You could try.
Wait, point of order is that Bruno, you did give me the staff, and I did just leave.
Mina's got the staff.
I thought you had given it back to me when I was sorry, I misunderstood that. I thought I had it again after I had healed you.
I mean, if you want to have taken it again, like, you know, legit, but
I'm
like...
gonna assume at this point that Mina has the staff, and she has taken off Bruno.
Okay, that's fine. You know, still not really paying attention then. I'm still going to try to see if I can repair Francis.
Okay. Give me a surgery roll. However, you will not be able to add your level because it is undead rat anatomy, which you are not familiar with.
That's fair. That seems fair.
Great.
It's the size of a horse.
That's no problem. 21.
It's love.
I was
He's healing
inspired
him with
by
love.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bruno,
Awful.
you start to try and you get out. You notice there's some wounds. There's some open wounds where apparently someone hit Francis with a sword, and so you get out your needle and thread and you start to try and stitch shut the wound. And as you do that, Francis freaks the hell out and tries to bite you.
What? Francis? Uh-oh. Yeah, and suddenly Bruno, like, holds up his empty hand where the staff used to be. Ooh, uh-oh.
Francis reaches with his maw down to nip with it. You see these huge razor sharp front rat teeth come slashing down at you, Bruno, and he unfortunately his bite closes a little too soon, and his front of his mouth just kind of bashes into you, and you go rolling bawards away, still holding the needle and thread in your hand. What do you do, Bruno?
Oh my god, which direction did I roll in?
You are sort of towards the temple. You would be doing this in the dining room, I think, right? You wouldn't be doing this out in the rain. So you're doing this in the dining room, so you kind of roll towards the doors, towards the front doors.
Oh, poor Francis. Oh, alright, it looks like you're old enough to take care of yourself, and I'm gonna do something even stupider. I'm gonna run back downstairs.
Oh my
I messed up
god.
the whole session
Okay.
here and go in the wrong direction. I'm sorry.
Great. You go running down the stairs. What are you? Where are you headed, Bruno?
The Skaven Hall.
Okay.
I have to get the stone.
Wow.
You go
I have to do it.
rushing down the You go rushing down the stairs. You hear further crashes coming from somewhere above you. Rocks falling. You ignore it. You go rushing down the stairs. You reach the creepy door with the skull on it. You turn. You go around there. You go back. You see still the three bodies laying on the ground. You jump over them. Go scurrying down the tunnel, the secret tunnel. You emerge into the room with the hole, and you can see there's a lot of like debris about. There's still like a little bit of bluish dust in the air.
my
The
God.
hole looks a little larger than it was, but everything's still here. What are you doing?
Including, I believe, all my things.
All of your things. That's true.
So
All of your
I
things are scattered about the room.
I grab my scalpel, the one thing I'm going to save here, and I jump down the hole and follow that I had jumped down before.
Excellent. You go rushing down the tunnel. On the hole basically leads to another tunnel underground.
Right.
You start rushing down this tunnel. Just moving as quickly as possible.
If it seems like I'm not in danger, or it doesn't seem like the thing's going to collapse above me, I'm going to try to.
You're
go
in constant
quietly.
fear that it's going to collapse. There's routine shakes
I see.
and
Then
bits
as fast
of
as I
bits
can,
of
yes.
bits of debris fall from the ceiling. You go rushing as fast as you can down the tunnel. Eventually, it emerges into a much larger tunnel in like a T. So you come into a much larger tunnel leading left and right. You look out into this tunnel, and you can see it's suffused with a bluish green light. And you're able to see fairly well that the length of the tunnel is laid out on the floor. There are these large metal rails like miners might use to push their carts in a mining operation, but it's much larger than that. There would have to be like giants mining under here to use such a big railing. And then you can see moving slowly along the rail is a huge like cart. It actually looks like three carts kind of chained together, and the front one has got this kind of smokestack sticking out of it that's spewing this bright blue smoke, and little bits of occasionally little sparkles come out of it. And you can see crawling all over all three of these carts that are chained together, you can see many skaven. And the back cart, you can see, is kind of a flatbed cart, and heaped onto it are blue stones. And they're just like in a big pile, and they kind of got a tarp over them, but you can kind of see them poking out here and there, and a lot of ropes lashing them into place. And you can see some skaven moving around, and it looks like many, like dozens of that blue stone that you've been looking for here strapped to this cart. And you can see at least a dozen skaven moving about, and you can see walking slowly behind these carts as they move along the railing. You can see these huge hulking ratmen that are about 10 feet tall with big muscles. And you notice they're wearing big metal collars with a chain that then leads to the cart itself, and they're following the cart.
Francis.
Well, these are more
just
rat
gonna go
men,
back
though,
to
like
town.
big,
Damn
muscular
it.
rat men.
I thought it was their tunnel back to town. I didn't expect to end up in their horrible society.
Now you must live the rest of your life as a rat man.
What do you do, Bruno?
Hide? I hide.
You hide. Excellent. Meanwhile, above ground, Mina, Yuffie, and Indigo,
Oh no.
you make your way towards the outer valley, and it's just chaos. There are not many, but a few knights, and there are more peasants actually. And many of the peasants you see are running around. Some of them are yelling about how Lady Marguerite will come and save them. No, the world is ending. We must flee. Lots of arguing. All of the peasants look unusual in some way, you notice. Every one of them has some odd a hunch, or legs that are much too long, or a face that has just one big eye in the center. Every one of them is not quite right. But it's just kind of bedlam out here in the Outer Valley. What are you three doing?
So I think, shouting over the rainstorm and the chaos, I think we find Sergei and see if we can hole up with those bandits.
Sure.
Not a bad idea.
I
Yeah.
think Bruno lost his mind. And I think he's dead.
He might be behind us. Should we give him a few minutes? Or
No.
No.
Oh, wow. Behind you is just Francis lashing about.
Okay.
I think we should probably kill Sergey.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't think it's his fault? We can't blame this on him. We can't blame
sure.
this on him.
He'll be dead, so why not?
Okay, whatever.
We all
Why do
died
you
in a
wanna-
terrible mutant fire.
We did all die in a terrible. I'm so sorry about the lightning. Oh God. Oh God.
Things happen. Maybe we can pay Sergey off. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I agree. We're all dead.
Yeah. Start a wonderful new life in.
I heard
Wherever.
Bretonia is nice this time of year.
Very nice.
Oh God. Yeah. Let's go to the
All right, so
people.
you flee from the castle. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's easily enough done. Many people are fleeing from the castle. Not a problem.
Right.
You go rushing from the castle back down towards the town of Wittgendorf. And you can see the townsfolk in Wittgendorf have kind of all gathered on the north end of town to look and watch the castle as the rain continues to pelt down and the sky is lit by lightning. Chunks of the castle just start to fall here and there. Every time a big piece tumbles, there's appreciative oohs and ahs from the assembled crowd. As others who have fled from the castle reach the town, there is some confused shouts as some of the townsfolk try to ascertain what the heck exactly is going on. But it seems every person from the castle has a different wild story that has nothing to do with reality, but some explanation as to why the castle is falling from Lady Marguerite doing some foul experiment that went awry, to the gods being angry with the state of the family and are striking it down. All kinds of
Those are
wild
all
stories.
good choices.
Those
all
are all
good choices. You know?
Not
But
on
none-
that.
n- nobody.
Roll column A.
What you don't hear is anybody talking about rat men. Unless you want to add to that. No.
Absolutely not.
Now that you three of you are in Wittgendorf, what are you doing?
We're going to the forest folk, right?
Should we try to find Sergey, or should we just ditch him?
I think we should probably try and find him, right? We don't know what he's going to say about us.
Probably should go find him. See how he reacts to telling him that the castle has fallen in on itself and there's no Narap because there's giant rats and mutants and an orgy.
Now, I believe,
Yeah.
if I'm correct here, the last
Yeah.
time you saw Sergey, you had sent him back through the woods to go join the bandits in their camp.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bandits
So
are
he's
preparing
not
for
here in
battle.
town as you come into town.
Right.
Then we also do that.
Yes.
Go into the
Getting
woods.
from the bandits in the woods.
Great.
Okay.
Do you guys think that Bruno's dead?
He's so resourceful. He'll be fine.
Either that rat king ate him, or the house came around him, or he's still alive. If we find him, I don't know, we lock him in a temple of Sigmar.
Try for the best.
I guess we probably shouldn't have fed that rat to his collection. That was probably.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking about the undead rat? You think that maybe we were responsible for that by putting it in the Chaos
No.
Terrarium? Maybe
No.
Bruno shouldn't have had an undead being rat.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But, he loves that rat.
Maybe he shouldn't have had a Chaos Terrarium either.
Yeah. That also was probably bad. And then he kept feeding it stuff. So that...
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean...
Uh-huh.
He had good intentions.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Maybe he's always
Well,
been bad. Remember that time he nearly killed that doctor in the streets of Bogenhofen?
When he threw the rock?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I remember the rock.
reason. Yeah.
He was just mad. He was upset. He was like, damn you for being a doctor. I'm throwing a rock at you. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh.
Maybe that meant something.
He didn't seem so bad to me. It just seemed like he had a thing he cared about. That's all. I mean, sometimes you care about weird things because your life is weird. It happens. I mean, I feel bad. You guys don't feel bad. I feel bad.
Feel bad about what?
About Bruno. I hope he's okay.
You didn't kill Bruno.
No, I didn't, but I kind of did. Kind of killed everybody with my gun lightning.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
you. Yeah. That was a mistake.
Yeah. That was
Yes.
a huge mistake.
Yeah. But Bruno also had the undead rat. And he put it in Chaos Terrarium. And it fed it chaos. And it mutated, and then he tried to keep it as a pet.
That was bad. That was tough.
Yeah. Where do you think that was going to go? How far do you think that was? Where do you think that was going? Altdorf? I don't think so. Do you think that our friend on the boat would like that? A rat friend? She'd be like, are we going to sell that in none? And he'd be like, no, of course not. Who would buy this stupid rat?
I thought we could all sit down and be away from that horrible freaking castle. Just like talk.
Want to sit down and talk it out with Bruno?
Well, not right now. No.
To be
I mean,
fair,
yes, I hope.
I think we did have this conversation earlier, and I distinctly remember saying that if he started doing some chaos magic or something happened with chaos, that I would chop his head off. So, listen, if he gets crushed to death with a castle, I think that counts. I did tell him that this is what was going to happen.
Listen, Mina, I get it. Sometimes Bruno seems charming. Sometimes he seems almost attractive in some weird, halfling way. I get it. Sometimes you want to hold his hand or maybe spoon him in the middle of the night. But he had a now chaos creature, okay? He took it too far. I might as well just go marry Orlok because this isn't going to happen anymore. He clearly doesn't care about me because he just abandoned me for his stupid rat pet. So whatever. I'm over it. I don't care. Platonic. I'm out. Let's go get liquor.
He's not. I didn't mean it like that. It was just, like this. Yeah. I'm not moving the left of the table, okay? I can do like 3 magic spells really badly, and he seemed to like respect that. And that was cool. That's all.
We appreciate your magic too, okay? We think you're great.
Thanks.
We just don't want you to animate corpses.
I don't want to.
That's it.
I think after tonight, obvious reasons.
Yeah.
There's some
maybe
pretty negative consequences.
Right?
Yeah, no, I don't. No, you're not. I was just trying to help. That's all.
I like how we've taken leaps and bounds, First, like, Jeffy, how dare you do a smuggling business on the side, and now you're part of a drug cartel? And then you guys are like, I'm going to raise the undead and have an undead chaos rat. Sure, okay.
Those are different things.
That's my aspirations, I guess. I wasn't thinking big enough.
I was just bringing back already dead people to help us. To just protect us. That's all. And I won't do that anymore. Obviously. I'm done. I won't.
Okay, so let's go into those woods, find those guys, brigands, and cold blood kill Sergei and frame him on it. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Back to old sauce. Back to boring old murder sauce.
Okay.
So you've had this discussion as you made your way through the forest to the south of Wittgendorf.
Platonic was
The rain has started to slacken. The thunder and lightning start to become less frequent and more distant. And by the time you finally locate the camp of the brigands, it's close to dawn. It's just like pre-dawn light is starting to fill the camp. The rain has slackened to just a very light drizzle. You can see a dozen tents pitched around in the circle of this nice part of the forest, and you realize now you're probably good that you were having such a deep focused conversation on your way through the forest, because you recall that the forest is actually quite creepy and terrible, but you managed to kind of block that out. And you can see that the camp is just starting to come to life. That's one or two people are emerging from their tents to relieve themselves or to stoke a fire if they can, but it's kind of drizzly and wet, and they're just like really just poking through the remains of the fire looking for any kind of dry wood or whatnot so they can kind of rouse the camp. But it's very much the sort of sleepy early morning time of a campsite. What do you do?
Hello?
Guten Tag.
Oh, I take off my guard uniform
yeah.
at some point.
At some point along the travels, you shed the disgusting, filthy, smelly armor of the guards of the castle.
Maybe we're getting a shower.
Yeah.
Maybe. Right, and I can clean myself. Oh, disgusting. Maybe we'll leave it somewhat near the camp just in case we need it for whatever reason or whatever purpose.
Great. You see, as Indigo, as you say hello, you see the form of Sigrid emerge from one of the tents and look at you, and kind of like sleepily rub her eyes and walk towards you. Hello, my friends. You have returned. You are here for an assault on the castle. We were thinking maybe is with the storm. We thought we might have to delay.
So,
Tuesday.
some updates.
Yeah.
The castle sunk into the earth.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Castle sunk into the earth.
The whole thing?
Well, it's still in progress. It's an in progress.
Sinking.
They're
Yeah,
sinking.
sinking.
What?
Yeah.
Indigo just like sits down while he's talking. It's on fire, like just while he's having this conversation, does not focus on Sigrid and sits.
Bunch of rat men came, took some stuff, and the castle started sinking because there's big explosions, and there's an orgy happening in a desecrated temple of Sigmar. Yeah.
Maybe
What?
we should let's start from the beginning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But where are the Wittgensteins?
Well,
At least one is dead.
Marguerite is dead.
Lady Marguerite is dead?
Yeah, we killed her.
You
She
killed
was
her?
raising a monster. She was making a monster in a tower.
Yeah. The Chaos Knight is dead.
What Chaos Knight?
There was a Chaos Knight.
There was a Chaos Knight and Ratman
Yeah. Oh yeah, that castle's full of chaos.
and an orgy.
Infestation. And an orgy, which is
And there were so many
really my
cats.
biggest takeaway.
And the castle has sunk into the ground?
Starting to in
Yeah.
progress.
That's the process, yeah.
As you're telling her this, a couple more of the bandits kind of sleepily arrive, and soon you have a little bit of a crowd gathered around you.
I mean, if you went right now, you could probably get the whole thing flattened.
You can probably see it. Yeah.
I mean, don't really care if the Wittgensteins are dead. Then this is all like really all we wanted. What of the town? Is the town all right? The town has not sunk into the ground as well, has it?
They were watching. Having a good time.
You can see now amongst the crowd as the bandits are more of the bandits are getting up and starting to congregate. You do see Sergey emerge from one of the tents.
Hi, Sergey. Is that tent available to sleep in that tent?
He kind of nods at you and holds open the flap if you want it. But Sergey, Sigrid is still deep in conversation with Indigo and Yeffy. Marguerite is dead, and what of the who is in power?
Her mom, I'm guessing. Or whatever. Ygritte.
She probably sunk into the ground with the castle, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, then we should go. We should assemble our forces and go. And if the Lady Ingrid is still alive, we should slay her.
She might be. I'm pretty sure she's trapped in a room with cats. But yeah, sure. And her son is still alive. Marguerite's brother, but he's in a different town having an orgy because there's a theme here that keeps coming up.
He's in the north. I don't remember the name of the place.
Well, if there are still Wittgensteins in the castle, if the castle still stands, they should be put to the blade.
Well, then fine.
Do they still have an army? Do they still have men? Are there still men guarding the wall? Wait, are there still walls?
There's not a whole lot of walls. There's a drawbridge. There is a small group of men, but a lot of their leaders are pretty much dead except for one who's lower ranking and probably really easily pushed over.
She finally seems to catch some energy here. Get your weapons, everyone! Let's go! Let's march on the castle! If there's anyone there, we will take it now! Let's go!
There's a pit. There's a pit full of chaos creatures. They're making horrible things in there. If you go in there, there's nothing saying you're going to come back out. I would say consign the whole thing to hell and move.
It's pretty overrun with chaos.
It's horrible.
We shall see for ourselves. We shall see this. And if any of the Wittgensteins still live, then we will slay them. And there's a cry from the bandit group, and yes, get your weapons. Let's go. Come to Wickendorf. And soon the whole camp starts to mobilize and start marching back the way you came. And it's still very early in the morning, and you guys are probably pretty exhausted at this point, having been up all night. And they start to mobilize and move towards the start to march towards the town. And as they do so, Sergey comes up to you, Indigo and Yef, and he says, "What, my friends? Did you find it?"
Sergey, I just want to reiterate here for a moment. The castle sunk into the earth.
That is very alarming. I'm glad that you.
Chaos.
Did Bruno sink into the earth as well?
Probably.
He was giant, riding a giant rat.
Very sorry for this.
Okay.
We're all very sorry. We're all very broken up about it.
Yeah. Some more than others.
He was a person. Whatever.
Well,
he was a person.
So no Norap then.
No.
I don't.
Oh, dear.
No.
This is not good. Well then.
Listen,
Yes.
you can tell your brother where to get it, and he can come here and get it. Because we can't get it. It's under the castle at this point. fallen
Under all
into the
this
ground.
rubble, you'll need a whole mining operation.
With a bunch of rats. And if
No, we need a
you want
mining
to do
operation.
that,
Yeah.
I don't think that Frank will be having much appetite for this.
no. It's really not our
This
fault.
is really
I mean,
bad.
it's just that the stuff fell under the castle and it's under there. So we can't really make something that is under the ground, under a castle full of chaos, invisible anymore for him. So
This is
it's
really
just not
bad.
going to work out.
Maybe it is time to return to Kislev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to come to Kislev?
Is it nice there?
Not really, no. It's really cold. There's not much to eat. There's not much opportunity. It's a bad place.
You speak Bretonian?
No.
Heard Bretonia's real nice around this time of year.
Oh dear.
I speak a little.
So Sergey, what's going to happen now exactly?
What is going to happen now is, I am going to try my best to not ever be found by Frank. I'm thinking maybe go back home to Kislev. What's going to happen to you?
We died here.
Ah, yes. This is wise.
Yeah.
This is wise. Yes.
Yeah.
I would be careful if you are thinking of ever returning to Altdorf. I will not go to this place. I would go someplace far away where one can be away for a while.
Yeah.
This is my advice. All right, my friends. Well, it has been an interesting time with you. He starts like kind of shaking each of your hands, kind of clapping you on the shoulder. I'm sorry that our time together must end in this way, but I'm sorry to hear that you died horribly in the castle Wittgenstein explosion. And if you ever make your way to Kislev, I've never seen you in my life before.
That's right. I have no idea who you are.
Same to you.
Have a nice life. He turns and he leaves.
Bye, Sergey.
Man.
Fan favorite Sergey.
Underground. Deep underground the night before. Bruno hides himself behind a rock and watches this massive vehicle, this cart, rolling along these tracks, and you realize there's no animals pushing it. It's clearly that the front cart has some kind of mechanical device that is burning some kind of fuel and pushing out this blue smoke and is causing the wheels to turn, and it's to roll up the passageway up to the north. You hear echoes of snippets of conversation as the ratmen shout at each other, mostly to ensure, tie down, warpstone, must make to Skavenblight, must make good time before pestilence discovers. Go, quick. So you get little bits of conversation there from them as they shout at each other, and it seems like this group of Skaven have stolen the stone and are trying to make it somewhere else. And you hear mentions of they seem to address each other or address their commander as Master Warp Engineer. when great rewards when returned to Skavenblight. Yes. Then on to Mordheim, collect more warpstone. Yes. Make much magic. Make war with pestilence. Clan pestilence would never know what hit them.
How confident am I that So the back cart of the train contraption here has all these blue stones. I'm pretty sure that's the stone we've been looking for.
You are pretty sure that there's a big pile of many stones, of any one of which would have been the one you're looking for. And you look at this pile of them and thinking that, like, that would fill several coffins. It's the thought that enters your head.
Several coffins. How well guarded is that back car?
Well, like I said, on the back of it are these two chains that lead to the collars of these big, hulking ratmen that just kind of walk to keep pace with the cart as it pulls away. And then, of course, there are occasionally you see skaven either walking along the sides or crawling over the top. This whole contraption doesn't seem to move very fast. So sometimes skavens climb on top and just kind of ride it for a little while, and other times they walk along the side of it. But it does seem like pretty well guarded. You would be very nervous to approach it. And right now you're kind of hiding behind a rock and you're watching it kind of slowly disappear up this big tunnel. And you know that, like, to get to it, you would have to leave the cover of these boulders here and, like, just walk out into plain open space of the center of this tunnel.
Okay, since I'm in for a penny, in for a pound here, my thought is, okay, so does it look like there's any chance I can run up without anyone noticing me and, like, just grab some of the smaller stones from under that tarp they've got over it? And then run right back to my position.
You can't imagine how you would possibly do that without being seen.
Why? This is why I should have been invisible.
If you had been invisible, you think.
Oh, man. That's right. Invisible the whole time.
Okay. Okay, this is no problem. I remember this is I have a fate point. That's most important. I want to wait till the train has mostly passed. Mm-hmm. I want to hide so that I'm kind of hidden, like, at the edge of this tunnel that I'm in, prepared to run out towards the train. Mm-hmm. And once it seems like that situation, I'm going to yell out in my best Skaven impression, "Clan Pestilence! Attack! Attack! Kill!
Okay. Roll me a fellowship test. Let's see how well you can impersonate a Skaven.
I feel like I've been rolling pretty well tonight. This has got to keep up as I do ever more dangerous things. Natural 1.
Oh, no.
Excellent.
The consequences of your own actions.
Oh no!
You shout this from behind the rock. You shout in your best Skaven voice, and you look up over the rock towards the train, and you can see on the top of the heap of rocks, on top of the tarp and whatnot, you can see there's one Skaven just at the very top, and he's laying down on his belly, and he's got some kind of gun that he points at you and fires. There's a loud crack and a whiz as a bluish green some projectile comes flying at you. What is your armor class, Bruno?
Good question. A rousing 9.
Great.
Excellent. It strikes you. The bright bluish bit of stone strikes you. You take 8 points of damage.
Well, I'm back to 0 again.
Great. Will you roll on the injury chart for me? D8
wait,
and a percentile.
A bright glowing bit of blue stone
Yeah.
is now inside of me.
Possibly, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Well, I rolled a d10. I rolled a d10. I don't know what happened to my d8. Hang on. Rerolling the whole thing. Sorry.
Did you roll a 10?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so much worse.
What is it?
Oh,
What did you
dear.
Well, I
do?
got a 2 on the d8.
Okay.
And here's what I got on the percentile. 100.
Oh, that's very bad.
Oh no!
That's the worst.
That's a headshot. So
I stick my head out like, it's Clyde Benjamin.
right between the eyes, thunk, the piece of rock, and the world goes black. And Max, I have a question for you now. Do you want to spend a fate point, or do you want to roll a new character?
Shit.
You know, I got the 1. Let's it's burning a hole in my pocket. Let's spend it. I would very much like to be impaled with this bullet and still be alive to run away.
Oh no. Oh, let me read. Let me read for you from the rules here about fate points. Expenditure for fate point allows player character to avoid otherwise inevitable death or horrific critical injury. What happens instead of death or maiming is entirely up to the GM, although the
Son
words
of a bitch.
frying pan and fire should be meditated upon.
Those are both excellent things in the course of human history, so I feel confident this will be good.
Excellent. Everything goes dark for Bruno. There are brief moments of consciousness, incredible pain in the head, but a general sensation of rocking and moving. This ever-present blue smoke, this prodding of fingers and occasional voices. Does it live? Smells bad. Maybe we eat. No. Save. Have plans. And consciousness drifts away from Bruno again. And we'll come back to what becomes of Bruno later. Back at camp, Indigo, Yeti, and Mina, having said goodbye to Sergey, what would you like to do?
Sleep.
Yeah. Climb into some of the tents, find a warm, dry bed, and you catch some sleep. And and after a brutal evening, you slowly drift off to slumber. And I know it's a few minutes early, but this feels like just the perfect place to end the session for the night. So that's what we're gonna do. Sorry, everyone, to end a few minutes early, but
Well, I should say that I have completed my personal ambition, which was to divest myself of the Chaos Terrarium. I think I aced that pretty perfect.
I think
Yeah.
I think you did.
Can we say that we have successfully found the rock?
Yes, I will grant you that. I will grant you that you have
I
found
was going this whole way to
the rock.
God damn it!
I will give you guys the party goal. You have located the rock.
Hooray! Hooray!
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Find the healer.
You are currently 4th level. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then you will all gain 400 XP for having located the rock, which is apparently en route to Skaven Blight.
And how much do I get for a personal ambition?
A personal right now is worth 50.
Leveled up.
Great.
Me too.
I think I made the appropriate decision to accomplish this.
Excellent.
I think we all leveled.
Excellent.
No, I'm still level 3, baby.
Really? You can't possibly be with 400 XP for the party ambition?
It says I need. I've written down that I need 800 for the next level, and I only have 100. So, am I wrong?
We'll discuss this offline.
do
And
that.
need to make sure that you're leveling or whatnot as appropriate. Okay. So, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Again, if you like, please visit our kind sponsors at Describe. That is describe.com/wandering. That's dscryb.com/wandering. Check out what they have to offer, and hope you have a good night. And we'll see you next week on 10 Dead Rats. Good night.
Everybody.
Bye.